I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Kevin O'Leary is a lost cause.
You're a get the out of here.
He continues to defend FTX and tries to shift the blame of FTX's collapse on Binance.
Binance is a massive, unregulated global monopoly. They put FTX out of business.
It's really mind-blowing how Kevin O'Leary keeps going out of his way to defend Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. I don't even know what to call it at this point. Is this some sort of weird display of loyalty to Bankman-Fried? Or is O'Leary just so stubborn that he doesn't want to feel stupid for falling for Bankman-Fried's fraud scheme, so he goes out there and says that Binance intentionally caused the collapse of FTX? Or maybe, and stick with me here, Kevin O'Leary sees himself in Bankman-Fried and can relate with him. Think about it. It doesn't make sense why Kevin O'Leary would stick his neck out for FTX and Bankman-Fried to this extent. That is, if you looked at this from a surface level. If you look deeper into Kevin O'Leary's history, you'll quickly find out this man is not as wonderful as he would like you to believe. Let me explain. Kevin O'Leary is not new to being associated with something fraudulent. In 2021, Kevin O'Leary, along with his fellow Shark Tank co-star Kevin Harrington, were accused of working together to scam and defraud entrepreneurs. The two businessmen allegedly operated a predatory fraud scheme to induce inventors and entrepreneurs to hire one of two companies, InventureX or IdeasOn. The entrepreneurs claimed they were promised that they would seek help with crowdfunding to start their businesses, as well as a possible appearance on Shark Tank if they invested money into InventureX or IdeasOn. After the entrepreneurs paid InventureX and IdeasOn, they claimed that they didn't receive any of the help that was promised. According to the lawsuit, the entrepreneurs claimed that InventureX and IdeasOn were nothing more than facades designed to lure in unsuspecting victims, extract their money, and then virtually disappear under the guise of delays, minimal to no performance, and no results. The entrepreneurs also claimed that these companies might not even actually exist, and alleged that they could both be a front for scamming upstart investors. This is because both InventureX and IdeasOn use the same marketing materials, same success stories, same bank accounts, they make the same promises, and are operated by the same business entity. Now, O'Leary denied the fraud claims, saying he never heard of those companies or conducted any business with them. But according to the lawyer for the entrepreneurs, there's videos of O'Leary discussing both InventureX and IdeasOn, and specifically endorsing the executives of each company by name. The sheer audacity it takes for O'Leary to say he's never heard of InventureX and IdeasOn, while there is video evidence showing otherwise, gives you a glimpse of this man's level of arrogance. This is the real reason why Kevin O'Leary is sticking up for Bankman-Fried. They're both cut from the same cloth. When they're both found to be engaged with fraud, they pretend to not know what's happening and that they did nothing wrong. O'Leary was paid $15 million to be the spokesperson for FTX. He also had a corporate account with the company. You're telling me he knew nothing about the fraudulent behavior going on at FTX? I'm not saying O'Leary should have seen the fraud coming or should have known everything that was happening at the crypto platform. But to say you know absolutely nothing about the fraud going on at FTX, given that you're a paid spokesperson and have a corporate account with them, is very suspicious to say the least. But thankfully, Bankman-Fried has been arrested and is denied bail. I hope he gets a long prison sentence instead of a slap on the wrist. But prison is a lonely place. I don't want Bankman-Fried to be all alone in prison. His ex-girlfriend, Caroline Ellison, who was the CEO of Alameda Research, should also join him in prison. Apparently, her and Bankman-Fried, along with several FTX executives, had a secret chat group called Wire Fraud that was used to send encrypted information about FTX and its hedge fund, Alameda Research, in the run-up to the collapse of the crypto exchange. Bankman-Fried denied the story, saying that the reporting was false and that he wasn't a member of that group. But as we all know, Bankman-Fried is a pathological liar and cannot be trusted. Kevin O'Leary disagrees. O'Leary has proven on multiple occasions that he takes Bankman-Fried at his word and gives him the benefit of the doubt, even when he shouldn't. I'll leave you all with one last nugget, just so you guys will understand how Kevin O'Leary thinks. In 2019, Kevin O'Leary's wife killed 2 people in a boat crash. Kevin was present on that boat while his wife, who had alcohol in her system, was operating the boat. The judge ruled that her alcohol consumption had no role in the crash, and acquitted her of all criminal charges. One thing that stuck out to me about this incident was when police officers put O'Leary's wife through a breathalyzer test, it registered an alert. She then told the cops she drank vodka after the crash, but before she took the breathalyzer test. Sounds fishy. She also claimed that she could not recall who gave her the liquor after the fatal crash. Kevin O'Leary, on the other hand, gave a statement where he almost seems to blame the victims of the crash, saying that they didn't have their navigation lights on and that they fled the scene of the incident.
It was Kevin O'Leary himself, not police, that revealed that he was involved in this fatal collision. But in his statement, he pointed out that it was the other boat that didn't have navigation lights on, and it was the other boat that fled the scene. Well, police are now contradicting some of that statement and trying to figure out how two boats on leisure cruises resulted in 2 deaths.
This boat incident has nothing to do with the FTX situation, but I bring it up to highlight something very important: the worldview of Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary is wealthy and well-connected. Therefore, he doesn't think consequences should apply to someone such as himself. In Kevin O'Leary's worldview, if he does harm to people, whether physical or financial, he points his fingers at others and tries to deflect the blame to them instead of looking inward. You know who else had that same worldview? Sam Bankman-Fried. It seems like birds of a feather do indeed flock together. Stay safe out there.
The reason they call me Mr. Wonderful is I'm the only shark that tells the truth.